Well, hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Soaring Together. Ricky and I are traveling the United States in our fifth wheel toy hauler. In June, we purchased a new DRV JX450, and at that time I did a walkthrough to show you all the inside of our rig. And on that video, we've had some of you post some questions in the comments. So today, Ricky is going to do a walk around and answer some of those questions for you. We are Ricky and Denise, loving our retirement life together, traveling the United States. Look for us in our Freightliner M2 truck, pulling our fifth wheel toy hauler as we are soaring together.
Good afternoon. My wife has twisted my arm to do a video on the outside of our rig. Ours is basically like all other JX450s, but we'll still give you a short version of a tour. It's just rained here, so I've got my trike covered up, so I'm not going to move it. Under this side, on both sides, actually, there are batteries. And then the center is our generator. We got a 7,000 watt gasoline generator, and we chose not to forego the expense of getting the diesel because we're probably not going to boondock that much, and the 7,000 watt will do what we needed to do, I believe. In front here, which most of them, as far as I know, come out with a mower ride pin box. It's a straight box with a rubber inside, and it's to help cushion it. We did get the cameras, the rear camera, as well as the two side cameras. So Voyager only runs 2 wires in these. So I had to have 2 plugs, and I have to have 2 wires hooked up to the truck. We did do a video on the truck, and I did suggest to Alicia, and I'm sure there's greater expense to it, but my understanding, Voyager does make a 5 wire, so you could get all your cameras with 1 wire hooked up to your truck, which in some ways would be a lot easier. And like I say, we've got batteries on this side as well. I have 4 batteries. Of course, like all the others, this is the level up system, and this one actually works a little different than the other one I had, but I really like it after I've somewhat learned how to use it. And then here is 240 gallon propane tanks.
And they slide out.
Like most, and yes, that is one of the great things about it. If I can get it undone. They do slide out. I just moved them the other day. But most folks say that the back one is a little more difficult to get in and out, so when this one gets empty, they just get it refilled and basically keep the back one filled for emergency. So far we haven't used the tank yet. We'll get to the other side in a minute. This is the basement, they call it. Actually, this is the clean side. But we did have a mower ride tray put in it, which for a short, fat person like me, makes life much more easier. And this one actually will go both directions. So you get to this side if you need something, you pull it out the other side. The other side, you'll see in a minute, is wider, and got some stuff kind of shoved on the side of it. Behind this door is our water filter, like all the rest. We just recently learned, and still learning, a lot about the rig, but that's where our pump is for our hydraulic brakes, and of course, you know, they're famous for their tubing and be able to cut off each space in case you've had a leak or so forth. And the tanks are right there, so they're actually pretty easy to get to as well.
Control pad.
This is the control pad on the inside, which unless you're wanting to do it manually, you can do everything you need to do outside, but you can operate it here from the inside as well. And have done a couple things manually. We had snap pads on our other rig. As you can see, we have the side cameras. And like I say, we Sport Chassis is only about 40 miles off the road from Rolling Retreats, and we went in one day, and like I said, we've already done that video, but was very appreciative of what they done for us that day. They won a whole new wire for the other set of, I already had one on the truck, so they had to run another, but they put it all in my dash, and I like that, it's a lot cleaner. But this is one of the sides. Don't use those most of the time, I just use one in the rear. And here's your wet bay, they call it. You got your dumps. Just, we put a water pressure gauge on, satellite, hookups, you know, spray off if you want to take a bath outside. Just the regular stuff. We did choose to get the Troom Aqua Hot water heater, so it's supposed to be instant heat as long as you got gas. It doesn't work if you don't have gas, but so far we've enjoyed that. Of course, you know, the dump station. One thing that they do, and it's a simple thing, but they put these little strips on the side, so when your slides go in and out, that makes your rubber gaskets fold up and go back in line and stay in line. I mean, it's a simple thing. Some people may not like it because of the way they look, but for me, the functionality of it overrides the way it looks. A lot of folks, and we talked about it, a lot of folks paint the slides. We do have 4 slides on the inside, you know, to match the coach. The way we looked at it, we had so much white on the inside that it didn't really take away from it, so we chose to put those finances in another place.
How long is our rig?
It's questionable. They say 45 something to the pin. Most of the time they measure from the pin to the tailgate, but I think it's like 46 something to the cow, maybe even 47. Of course, you got your vents up there as well. These are hydraulic slides, the 2 main slides, and the 2 bedroom slides are cable. I'm a little familiar with the cable because that's what we had in our Raptor, and I had to change one of the gearboxes and drives out on it. Hope we don't have to do that again, but if we do, at least we got a little insight there. And I'm sorry.
You added the extra shut-off?
I did add the extra shut-off. Our other one, you know, occasionally sometimes they don't want to seal properly, and you know, you open you take the cap off, and you've got excess running out. So we purchased the valve for the other one and purchased the valve for this one, and it just makes it a little easier. Like I say, we did put the snap pads off the old rig on it, refrigerator, check the back of it, vents. We have one thing that when we first started looking for fifth wheels and RVs was we read about the MORRIDE independent suspension, and for me, now that we're full-timing, that was a must on a new rig. Our Raptor was used, and very thankful for it. And but this has a more independent suspension. Actually, you know, it's very easy to see it's a triple axle. But I like that, and of course they got the Goodyear tires on it, and hydraulic brakes, which if you've watched any all, she just done a video. I had an all electric controller on the truck. It was operating the brakes some. Of course I haven't tried it since then, but I went and bought, and Don put it on. I just stood there and watched him aggravate me. We put a new controller on that operates hydraulic, and you know, from my wife and Don both, the sound that the pump is engaging stronger. So, you know, hopefully we're going to get more use out of our trailer brakes, and didn't necessarily push the truck, but it didn't feel like it was doing everything that should. Since it's a toy hauler,
That's locked.
I don't even remember what's behind there. Yeah, I do. This is a pump. Yeah, for a toy hauler. Of course, we have a toy hauler. We have a generator tank, and we also have just a fill up for any vehicle or whatever you want to do. And there's your pump switch. Don't use it a lot. Here's just for the power reel. No, take that right back. It's not a power reel. That's one thing Slade can do, it's my understanding, at Rolling Retreats. The JX450 doesn't come out, or you can't get it from the factory with it, but you can, Slade and them can put it in, but I understand it's a lot of work, and it's a little expensive, so I can afford to roll up the cord a little bit, and but it goes up in here. Also, you know, we do have the ladder that, you know, those things are just, for me, common. Climb up on the roof. Of course, you'll see on the other side, we do have 4 window shades. No, 3, 4. I don't even know. 3. Yeah, my boss straightened me up. 3. We got one on this and one on the back. No, we got 2. We got 4. We're going to get around here on the other side, and we're going to see which one of us is right. We do have the zero gravity door, which makes it a lot easier to, you know, you can let it down and then pretty much stay wherever you let it down. It makes it a whole lot easier to get up and down. We did also choose to get the awning over the back. We've not really had the opportunity since we got the rig to use it, but where we're planning on staying in Texas for the winter, we'll be backed up to a little lake, and planning on getting use out of it. So
We do have 3 window awnings over here.
So who's right? I
And
want to
one
know
on the other side.
I want her to say that she was wrong. Can I get it on camera? Because she's going to video. She's going to cut this out.
3 on this side.
We got 3 on this side and 1 on the other side.
And 1 on the other side.
So how many does that make?
4 window awnings, and we have 2 awnings. We have the awning over, the large awnings over this area, and then the awning over the front door.
One thing, and it's my understanding that maybe DRV doesn't do because of the heavy frame that they got. That was another reason that we chose DRV, is because of the frame. Anybody knows anything knows that the foundation, if you don't have a good foundation, you don't have anything, whether it's a home or whatever it is. So they've got 2 6-inches and a 3-inch, which makes a 15-inch 2-box frame. But the reason I said this, on our Raptor and the Dovetail, they got a box, you know, and I was putting some of my heavier metal stuff, excuse me, that I didn't want to carry in the truck in it. So I really wasn't happy about not having it, but they do have this, and it actually worked out very well for me. Of course, I got junk in it, but I was able to put my jacks and when we get ready to go, I'll put all my blocks and all that right in here, and it's, you know, actually a lot easier to get to because in the back of the Raptor, you know, it was pretty tough to get to.
And the window shades are not powered, so
no, they're just, you know,
there's a tool inside there.
Yeah, it's just a little hook.
A little hook that
pull
you
them down.
pull it down with.
I made a mess of putting on my tubes to keep our hoses in, but I used some boards, and on this side I realized that my screws went up in between the tubes and they kind of made it at an angle, so one of these days I'm going to straighten that out. On the back here, we chose not to get the stationary steps because if you do that, obviously it takes up that room on the inside. Our Raptor had like a 12-6 garage. We had 2 bikes at that time.
So
we could have got them.
Those fold down, right?
They just fold down. Right now I just get them up out of the way because we got our grill up under the slide, which actually right now is working out very good. So we only have a 10-foot garage on this one, but now that we have the trike, that's all we need. Of course, she had me measuring, you know, I say I'm a redneck, but I did do maintenance work for years, and I'm pretty good at measuring. But she was afraid. She said, "What if it don't fit?" I said, "It's going to fit." So our trike does fit, and able to get the grill up in the far corner, and she uses that for an office space, which you've already seen. But here again, I want everyone to take notice how many window awnings we have. 1 on the other side and 3 on this side. So that would make me correct in what I said.
And on the tires, we have the tire pressure monitoring system.
Which I highly recommend. We, of course, you know, most of the newer pickups or dualies, they already have them on the vehicle. Of course, our old Freightliner, it's an 07, didn't have anything. So we have them all on the truck as well as the rig, and I think they're very beneficial. You can see if one's heating up or whatever. But here we have and we like them. We had these put on our other rig. This step is not quite as wide. It's wider, but it's not as quite as wide. Ours had a other section in front of it. A lot of people don't like the solid step, but for the main entrance, I like it. It's just, you know, obviously there again it goes on the inside. We did on our other one, we purchased the locks to put on it, but this one came with it. We just bought these little covers to put over the furnace. Got a 110 turn signal.
And why did we put those covers on there?
Because you said I needed to keep the bugs out. My wife's right, Cindy. When you watch this video, she's afraid of spiders and bugs too. So, you know, but you don't want them in your rig, and she's very good at spraying around it.
Well, wasp and dirt daubers.
Yeah, built in there. It's a good thing. I just like to harass her. This one, I just bought a new hose for it the other day. Of course, we had another. Me and Denise had another discussion about our stove, about our Blackstone. But anyway, it has airline already prepped, and you know, got a valve on it. So I bought another hose the other day, which you know, and it will take care of our propane gas grill, and you know, that's about it. 4 slides. This is just a vanity slide, which is seems small, but just that little bit of width gives that much more room in the bedroom. And we have 3 air conditioner units. We chose to put 3 on this one because Denise uses the back one, the garage,
And how much
for
does
an
this
office.
thing weigh? Did I ask you that already?
No, you didn't. The GVWR on it is 24,000. We don't weigh quite that much. Shit, I laugh. Most people that full-time will understand, but it's very hard, especially if you've got room, not to get them overloaded. And you kind of have to work at that. We've laughed about, you know, we put something else in, that takes something else out. But so far that hasn't worked too good, but we have gotten rid of, you know, I was watching another one, a video of, you know, what you need when you first start RVing, and you watch a lot of folks, and it's good material, but everybody does it differently. And if, I'm sorry folks, I'm looking at the rig because I'm thinking and looking at the rig. I'm not looking at the camera. But anyway, a lot of folks do it differently. So therefore, you know, what you might need and what we might need are a little bit different. One thing for me that I did see that a lot of folks put on, and I've already mentioned, is snap pads. I really do like the snap pads. Of course, here the ground is a little soft, and it's sloped, so we put it up on some 6x6s, and then some 1-inch pads, and then obviously, but thankfully they were able. I was able to take them off of our Raptor, and I didn't have to purchase a new one of those. But to me, they are a very good product. So, like I say. I will, and I don't get on camera a whole lot. I'll talk to a signpost. I just don't like the camera. I don't know why. But I do recommend, if you are looking for a DRV, I do recommend Rolling Retreats, Slade and Alicia and Mike and Jason and all the crew. Are just good people, and they are concerned about their customers. They've treated us very well. I actually had my 65th birthday while we were there to pick it up, and we went out and we actually, that day I had the cameras hooked up, the wiring hooked up for the other one on the truck, and Alicia come running in. She said, I didn't have time to get you a cake, but she brought me a cupcake for my birthday. Another thing that they do, or she does, or they do, and I think it's pretty neat, is when you get there, now she's doing them in white, I think, but she has someone make these for you with your name in it. To me, they don't have to do that, and I can just hear some folks say, well, you know, you're paying for it. But it's, you know, yeah, it's an advertisement, but to me, first of all, I like the God bless, because without Him we wouldn't be anything, and through Him we can do all things. But it's just an added bonus in how she makes you feel comfortable in your purchase. And you know, and I'll say this, you know, yeah, we had a few things wrong. We still got a few things wrong, but they're man-made. You know, things break, and if you're expecting one to come out perfect from the factory, I'm just going to tell you, she may with me, but you're just not going to get it, because it just doesn't happen. But
That's with any brand.
that's with any brand, and you know, we looked a lot. We looked at a lot of other brands, and there's some other good brands out there. But for us and what we do, and living full time, and but anyway, I'm done. We did have the truck to set up to kind of match it, you know. Good looking rednecks rolling down the road anyway. But I'm very thankful, and I'm thankful for the process, in how everything transpired, and like I say, we've been back once and we're going back again. She is going to change some things for us, or they are, that she found. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just gonna be straight, and she may cut this, my wife may cut this out, but our countertop, I wouldn't have changed it for what she saw, but she felt the need to, and yeah, I know it's under warranty and all that. Alicia saw it, felt it, and you know,
has a chip in it.
Has a little chip in it, like I said, that to me doesn't affect it whatsoever. You have to really feel it or look at it to see it, but that, to me, that's just the kind of person she is. Very thankful for our rig, and if you're looking for a DRV, I would tell you to take the time to, actually somebody asked me why I came all the way to Oklahoma to buy one. And the reason I came all the way to Oklahoma to buy one is because of not what they said, you know, rolling retreats, but all the other people had said themselves. You know, some people are not happy, and even, I'm going to say this, even Jesus didn't make everybody happy. So you're not going to make everybody happy. But they endeavor to do so as the best they can. So I hope this helps you, and if you got any questions, you can message my wife, and we'll help her there otherwise.